All right. Good morning. Welcome to the morning show. My name's Jason, and I've got my lovely wife here, Brittany. We're the Potters, and this has just become a regular thing, which I love. I'm glad that you are here pretty much all the time now, right?
Yeah. Per your
You
request.
are the morning show. You are the morning show. You're the reason for my life. Sorry.
It's per your request.
Yeah.
I don't want people to think I'm one of those wives. That
No, but I do want you here. I like you a lot. Oh, I didn't unmute the Zoom. Did you see what just happened there? It was like I was having a battle with the button. It kept going away. Anyways, we are coming out of a wonderful weekend. We just celebrated Mother's Day. Brittany's a mom extraordinaire.
Last time I checked.
Birthed two beautiful babies to the Potter clan.
I did.
And you're awesome. I want you to know that. Happy belated Mother's Day.
Actually, Jason got me this shirt for Mother's Day. Just another manic mom day.
Yeah.
And I showed this. I was so excited about it. I loved it. I thought it was the cutest thing ever. And I showed it to both of my sisters, and neither one of them knew that song.
They're like,
what does that even mean?
What is that? Maniac Monday. What is that?
Yeah, what does it even mean?
Mom
Manic
Day?
Mom Day? What is that? And I'm like, oh, how sad.
It's an 80s thing, right? 80s?
It is
Who
80s.
did that song?
Technically, it's before me.
It is, but you know.
But I'm an old soul.
Old souls. I like it. A scroll soul.
Yeah.
I see we have Martinez on the Zoom. Good morning, Martinez. How are you?
Who did that song?
Is it Momentous Monday?
Momentum Monday. Let's go with it. Becky said, I remembered and I'm not asleep. Welcome, Becky. Glad you're here with us on TikTok. By the way, we're live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all kinds of places. And if you could do us a favor, wherever you're watching,
The Bengals.
Why don't you the Bengals?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Must have been like one hit thing because I can't say that
Little
I know
trivia
that
for
name.
the day.
Trivia. But wherever you're at, share this. Let people know what's going on. If you're familiar with the show, why don't you leave a cool comment, with your shared post or whatever, and we appreciate that sincerely. We've got TJ is on with us on Facebook. We have Violet here. Good morning, beautiful couple. How is Adley doing today?
She's a little better. It's very weird. She is doing okay throughout the day, and then as the sun goes down, that fever goes up. So she hit Saturday night, it was 103.4, and that was the worst that it got. And then yesterday it bumped up to 101. So she's okay.
Do we think she's teething?
I know that she's teething.
We know
Yes,
she's teething.
but
That's a mom for you.
I
We
know.
know.
She's got those 2-year molars coming in at the
Oh, I
top.
did
She'd already
that.
cut the bottom ones, but I don't know. 103.4 fever for teething is just a little excessive for me, so I don't think it's just that.
And she's a little mean right now.
Listen, she is not well in her attitude or spirit. She
Is not demonstrating
mad.
godly character whatsoever.
No, she'll look at me and go, "Mommy, pebble juice now."
Mom, meatloaf.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what she. Mom, meatloaf.
man.
Yeah, it's.
Wow. Yeah. Just get ready, Martinez. Get ready.
Yeah.
The teething.
Get ready. Alternate between Motrin and Tylenol. It's your saving grace.
Right.
So.
Right?
That's awesome. Yeah, her mouth. Yep. Hurt mouth.
Yeah.
Hurt mouth. Well, if you're new to the show, basically this is a get together for several of us. Every morning we're coming together to start our day out in a very productive, beneficial way. There's several on here that, man, we love good positivity. Call me crazy, but I love it.
Crazy.
I love the crazy for you. I don't even know where that came from. I just made that
Do
up.
you ever though?
I never know. I never know.
Makes you.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Bless you. Is that what that was? Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought that was a laugh, but you said bless you. Oh, okay. Blessings.
No, there's crazy. That was that
Patsy Cline.
Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, thank you. That's what it is.
Crazy for feeling so lonely. That one?
That's exactly what I said.
That's
Yes.
okay.
Hey, is there any other one like that one?
Apparently there is one that says crazy for you.
Yeah. Actually, I do know what's going
Then
on.
there's that. Then there's that.
Yeah.
I'm Crazy for You is an 80s song. Do, 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 no, it's true.
Oh, Lord.
Come on.
Nah.
I'm crazy. Violet, I need to join the praise team. Oh, my God. Mark's back. Mark. Love you, sir. Appreciate you. Crazy Train. Like Ozzy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll
Anyways,
do a whole episode called it Does That Make Me Crazy?
does that make me crazy? This show is crazy, man.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, anyways, so this is, and look, we have fun with this. This is not like staunchy, like, hey, we have thoughts for your thoughts.
It's true. Hey, while we're talking and rambling, because we like doing that, but like last week was about
Growth.
growth. Someone said focus. I don't know. Last
Come
week
on,
was
Mom
about
Day.
growth. So drop in the comments any of your takeaways from last week, right?
Yeah, come on. Let's do a little recap here. Who's got
Yeah.
some growth nuggets? What did you get? Is this show actually changing your life?
I will say over the weekend, because it was Mother's Day, I may have grew a little because of the ice cream. There was no counting of the calories.
Let me explain the situation here. I'm sitting in the chair, drinking a cup of coffee. Brittany is on the couch.
Yeah.
She arises from her
Rest. Yeah.
and follows by saying,
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. And I went, excuse me? I'm going to get ice cream.
That could have potentially been the beginning of a therapy session
Yeah,
10 years later.
I was like, well, do you want me to go get it? And she was like, no.
No.
Stay with the children. I will go.
I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah.
As Mark said, I had some growth from some stress
feels me,
eating.
yeah. Well,
I
yeah.
get it.
So
I
we
get
did.
it.
We had ice cream, chocolate ice cream, and snow cream ice cream.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great. The kids were very excited.
The kids loved it.
And I got like about 20 minutes to myself without hearing Mom.
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 Meatloaf.
Yeah.
That's where it's at today.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we were talking a little bit earlier this morning about, well, where do we go from here? Martinez, has that crossed your mind? Where do we go from here? Maybe it didn't.
No. Not at all. Not at all. I think we're all good. I think we're all good.
Not at all. I'll tell you something I've been thinking about a little bit. We can kind of kick this around a little bit. Very easy word, but thoughtful. And that is purpose.
I like it.
What'd you get tickled at?
It's not community.
I told you we wouldn't go with that one.
I almost said it at the same time and not been the same word. Stay tuned for next week, ladies and gentlemen. It's
Oh my God.
permunity.
It's
Permunity.
permunity.
Purpose and
I think it's the triangle where people get lost in the permunity triangle.
purpose.
Purpose.
Like the show.
We did this on purpose.
Purpose.
Martinez, what do you think about purpose?
Well, is that the stepping stone or the where we go from growth?
Yeah.
I think it's as
Okay.
good as any.
I like that word. It kind of reminds me of, or kind of puts me in the mind of desire, or I think we kind of covered that in the past. I think we can go with purpose. I was thinking consistency.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit about this. This is not a set in stone show.
Apparently
No.
not.
I was just thinking
Trifecta week.
In light of growth, growth is, it can be like sporadic. It can be, some growth is just what do you call
Spurts.
it's automatic, right? You're
Oh,
gonna have
yeah.
it. It's due with the seasons. But
Yeah.
if you're gonna have any kind of growth at all that is worth, as far as being intentional, there's got to be a form consistency. What would your life look like if it was wrapped in consistency? I know what my life looks like having consistent bad behaviors or let's not say bad, but unfavorable, unintentional behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But as it relates to my life, I was in the gym this morning for the first time in 2 weeks. I'm like, what would I look like if it was because I'm sitting there beating myself up. I'm like, man, I gotta get this weight off of me.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hard or whatever, and I'm like, dude, you haven't been consistent, and you can't get growth. Growth is not like a one-time shot. It's true. I tell you what, if I grew every day consistently, then that mile, I wouldn't be kind of trying to get in shape in one day really fast.
Right.
Really, really hard. But
Well, consistency also helps you not hurt so bad when you have to meet your milestone or whatever. It's like
Right.
if I don't work out and then I go to the gym, I'm gonna hurt. But
Oh, yeah, for sure.
consistency kind of keeps that. It's it helps you with the slow growth.
That's true.
But it doesn't.
Well, let me I like what TJ's saying because I think this is where it naturally goes to. He says both purpose and consistency require a system or a routine to put in place. Hang on. You still with us, Martinez? Sorry. It requires a routine in place to accomplish the goal. So that's what I was going to actually ask, in your opinion, because the truth is, these words are simple, but they're not easy, right?
No, sir.
So like, why is it that consistency sometimes is lacking or absent in our life? What do you think? What is it that keeps us? I mean, and what do y'all think? TikTok, Facebook? Because I think this is a good conversation. We want to grow. We've established that growth is a good thing. It requires consistency, but why are we not consistent? What do you think?
It's not comfortable.
It kind of goes back to what oh my God, Brittany, about brain farted. Brittany said like a couple of weeks ago, she was like, well, you said something about motivation and like, okay, don't be motivated. Just get it done. Just like make it a part of your routine, and you wouldn't have to be motivated. Something like that.
No, yeah.
And I was just thinking about how like animals or birds or whatever, they're just like animals or birds. It's kind of like they know they're going to fly every day. They're always in shape for flying, birds. Lions are always in shape for running. You know what I mean? Because they're consistent. They've made it whatever the lifestyle that they are in is like it's who they are. It's routine, So as a result, birds fly high. They fly fast.
You know how
Lions
I feel.
Run fast. You know what I mean? It's like they're consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas people like, I haven't made working out and it doesn't have to be a physical thing. It could be a mental thing. I haven't made reading a part of who I am if I desire to be a better reader. And so, because I feel like I've made other things become a distraction to my consistency as to where I want to be in life, like as it relates to reading, I would just put on a Netflix, and be done with it,
Yeah.
Right.
Watch 4 hours of Netflix, and then I'm like, okay, I could have been reading 4 hours of books and getting better.
Right.
You know what I mean? So to answer your question, why are we not consistent? I don't know. But
I have
to circle back around.
Now, you and Mark have a joke going on right now.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, Mark. He said.
Oh, okay.
He said. You still are not. Martinez said, birds fly high. It's a song.
Is it?
How I feel? Yeah.
I heard you say that, and I was like, I don't get it.
You know how I feel. Yeah. And I'm feeling good.
The music
people. But I don't want to
the music
sing
people. A new day.
Exactly.
Yeah, bring her right
and
over
I'm
there.
feeling good. Yeah,
I am
you can
feeling
tell
good.
I grew up on like good music.
For sure. For sure.
I do. To the motivation thing. Yeah, I do. I wanted to clarify to the young people the other day. Motivation.
Yeah, not a single kid at PLM Academy believes in motivation
Not
now
a
because
single
of
one of
Brittany.
them.
We don't believe in that.
Yeah, well,
Get that out of here.
Motivation is not a bad thing in the fact that, if you feel motivated, that's great. It's a great way to feel. Be blessed. Feel blessed when you feel motivated, right? Get a lot of it done when you feel motivated. But motivation comes and goes. It's not motivation is inconsistent. And if you wait on motivation, you yourself will be inconsistent.
Well, let me tell you what the myth, the legend of motivation used to say about motivation.
What?
Zig Ziglar. Mm-hmm. He used to say, motivation is temporary.
Yeah.
He said, however, it is important. He said, motivation's like taking a bath. You should probably do that every day. It's like a hygienic principle. It's like, hey, do something to get yourself elevated. Even though it's a temporary thing, it's still an appropriate thing, but it's not everything. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I do. I cringe when somebody
Don't
tells
you
me.
dare speak against Zig Ziglar. I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
I cringe when someone tells me,
I'm not motivated.
why hasn't A, B, and C been done? I'm just not motivated. I'm like, oh, okay.
And
Why haven't my kids been fed?
just
I'm
not
just
motivated.
not, you know what I mean? It's like that's not a thing. Like when you look at the important things, you realize you actually you're not driven by motivation. You get the important things done, whether you want to or not. You know, do I want to change poopy diapers? No, but do I? Absolutely. You know, because that's the stuff that you know,
Fired something
if
up
you
on
had that-
Martinez with poopy diapers.
If you had that mindset in everything in life, then you would find consistency because you do what needs to be done, whether you are motivated or not.
Well, I mean, you said something that was really kind of like catchy. I think you were playing around, but you know, like, but it comes back to, you know, like taking a shower, the Zig Ziglar bath scenario, whatever. You know, some people feel like you have to feel good. You were talking about feeling good. I'm feeling good. Well, some people act like you have to feel good to do something consistently. And like, I don't feel good. I don't feel like taking a shower every day or taking a bath every day or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But I know I have to do it, you know? There's some days I'm like running to the shower, man, I can't wait to get other times I'm like, I'm just too tired, but I'm like, man, I can't go to bed dirty, you know what I mean? So you take the shower. So, you know, whether you feel good or not. And so, like, when people can get away from emotions of, like, thinking that in order to be consistent, they have to be in some kind of realm of, I feel good, you know, and recognize that, hey, this is something that I, you know, get to do.
Yeah,
That you know.
You are, you're on it.
Versus, I got to do it. I don't want to use that term. You know, I got to do this. I got to do it. No, this is something I get to do. I don't have to, and I don't have to feel, oh, you know, the stars don't have to be aligned. You know, the sun doesn't have to be shining, and there doesn't have to be $1 million in my account for me to, you know, be consistent. No, I'm consistent because I have a goal, or I have a life that I want to live, and you know, that I'm going to go after it no matter what, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this too. When it comes to this, is the beginning of starting things. I think when it comes to like motivation, because what you said about feel good. So my feel good should not control my actions. My actions should control my feel good.
Say that again.
Feel good should not control my actions, right? Or like emotions. My actions should control my feel good or my emotions. And what I mean by that is, inevitably, if I don't feel like getting a shower, but I get a shower and I lay in bed and it's that clean feeling of getting in your sheets and you're clean, you feel good. So my action just led to me feeling good.
Right.
But I didn't do the thing that I want. You know, I didn't want to do it. But I didn't lead with emotion. I led with consistent action. So, because if you have that mindset of I'm going to wait till I'm emotionally there, boy, that is some destructive thinking, and it can be it can be deep rooted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like there are things that may feel good in the moment. I don't do those things. I prevent myself from, because they don't. In the end, it's going to bring another feeling, and it's not. You know, so it's one of those. You have to kind of control those things. You shouldn't be emotionally driven in that regard. I'm not saying all emotion is bad, but yeah, I mean,
I agree.
This goes back to your character too, though. I think you're
onto something. I think like we should be in a place. I think too often, feel good is the tail that wags the dog.
Yeah.
You know, and we should be the dog. You know, our consistency, our action should be the dog that wags the tail, you know? Like how many times, for example, have you pushed over not feeling good and just said, well, I'm going to go on this walk anyway. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm not going to put, if I can just get 15 minutes of that's all I'm going to do. And then like 15 minutes led to, you look up and you've been there like killing it for like 45 minutes to an hour. You got a good sweat on. And guess what? You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And you walk out feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because
Doctor feel good.
You didn't let the tail wag the dog. You let the dog wag the tail. You keep the main thing. And I think what's happened to a lot of us, and this could borderline. I don't want to get, I'm not an ex, but this could be borderline into like, how people emotionally, like if depression or whatever, anxiety, they gotta feel good before something happens. But you be the happen. You be the something that happens in order for feel good to come about. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
I'll tell you, I'll leave you with this.
Don't leave.
Well, just in full transparency. So a couple of, I guess about a month or two, maybe a couple months ago. So I've had some injuries from childbirth. So I've had some lower back issues.
We call it trauma.
Yeah, trauma, birthing trauma. But so Jason's been trying to get me to go to the chiropractor forever. Well, he ended up having an injury and found a great, chiropractor and told me, hey, listen, I want you to, go to this place. They're really good. I'm all better. So I went and they put me on this plan. This is not like your typical chiropractor where you come in, you lay on the table, they crack you, and you go.
Yeah.
This is like...
It's like sports medicine.
Yes. I was a little offended that you told me to go to them. Like, what are you trying to say? But no, so the point is, in having two children so close to each other, having the weight fluctuation of that, where, you gain weight, carrying the baby, you lose weight afterwards, you gain it again, you lose it. My abdomen, like my abs, my muscles are just nothing. So they're in the process of training those again. And so I go there, they do adjust me, but then they set me on these workouts where it's strenuous, it's difficult, it's just one of those things. And for the first couple times that I went, I felt so like down on myself. To the point, my whole day was just a downward slope. I just felt horrible. Even after I went, I felt horrible. And Jason was like, babe, why are you going then? Don't go. I don't want you to feel that if that's how you feel. And I told him, I said, it's nothing they're doing. They're doing everything right. They're so kind. They're so, they've not made me feel bad. They're encouraging. And then it was like one day after we got done, I got into the car and I just busted out in tears. And I said, I think I tell myself with what I go through in my life that I'm emotionally okay. I'm emotionally strong. I can handle this. I'm strong. I can handle this. And when I did physical workouts, it was like, I think it's the enemy personally, because it's, everything can be spiritual warfare to a certain degree of just, you're not as strong as you thought you were. The idea of something that's wearing me out, it just had a negative effect on me, but I kept doing it. I kept doing it. I found that, hey, this is the stumbling block that I'm feeling it's affecting me emotionally doing this physical act, but I'm not going to be led by those emotions and stop. I'm going to keep doing this, even if I feel this way, because I refuse to let that feeling determine that action. And so a couple of weeks ago, they had me do a workout. And I remember the first time I did it, I was kind of stressed about it because I was like, oh my God, this is going to hurt. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to have the straps that help me. I didn't. I plowed through that workout like it was nothing. And this feeling of that was a result.
Yeah.
All that hard work, all that battling my emotional feelings, I was able to finally look back at that emotion of you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, and I was able to slap it in the face, and say, well, here I am doing something that I couldn't before because I consistently did something, even though emotionally I was beating myself up over it, right? But I'm saying that's a long way of saying my actions were not led by my emotions. In fact, I had to push my emotions out, to the side and keep doing something until finally my emotions got on board. You know what I'm saying? That's not easy. That took tears for me.
Nope.
That took emotional turmoil for me. You know, it took unpacking things I didn't know I needed to unpack. I had a nice little therapy session with my husband, and I felt stupid. But not that he made me feel stupid, but I just did. I don't like crying. I don't like feeling weak. I don't like dealing with those things. So, you know, but I did, and those things inevitably don't control me anymore. You don't have control over me anymore because I was able to do something to get to a better place. You know, and so consistency is so important, but also, not being driven by negative emotions and not even being driven by, you know, appreciating the positive emotions, but understanding that it's consistency
Right.
in things that make you better.
Let me say, I think we found our topic for the week. All right, I've already the comments are going nuts in here, and people are already starting to talk about like, thank you for sharing that story, because people are already starting to like, yep, I had that story. Yep, this is what's going on with me, and now maybe this week, maybe what we're all going to start doing in our own way is finding those areas that maybe we've pressed into. And we thought, I don't think I can do that. Mm-hmm. And let's press back. Let's press back to see just how far we can go. What could we do if we were the type of person that kept going and that kept the consistency? But the time is 8:31, so we've got to roll. This is a big,
Oh my God.
awesome
I went
week.
preacher. I went long-winded.
Let's go. Whatever. You did not.
Heads bowed, eyes closed.
No, but I appreciate Martinez speaking and saying, hey, this is what I kind of feel goes, you know, because again, this is not my show. This is our show. Mm-hmm. This is our show. We're helping each other. I love this. Becky said, Mama getting them gains no matter what. That's awesome. Get out of that comfort zone. So we'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. And for real, start thinking about, hey, where do I need to be developing this consistency? Where is it that maybe I've let off the brake because it was too difficult, but now I realize that's my opportunity to build something substantial.
Be honest with yourself.
Yes. And forgive yourself.
Oh my goodness, that'll be tomorrow.
All right. Well, you heard it from Brittany
week.
Martinez. All of you, we're out. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time.